let's pivot to football. Big football week, big time football week. We love it. We're excited for it. We've already said we have the newsletter out, Sleepers Bets, 14 different against the spread plays this year. Some overlap, which is a good thing. Hashtag aligned is a good thing when Carter and I individually see the board the same way. And then some fun stuff too. Like I put together a fade every coach that's considering Michigan State play that I really like. And a long shot parlay, of course, as well, that could win $20,000. But we don't have to just do betting. What are you most excited for this college football week?
You know, I'm trying to think because there's so many games on there that I'm actually really excited for. Obviously, the Deion versus Oregon, Colorado versus Oregon game is going to be electric. And one thing I pointed out in my newsletter write-up that I feel very confident about is I don't think people are looking at what this Colorado team does when they're doubted. They want that chip. Like they had the chip coming into the season and everyone thought they were going to get blown out by TCU, and they went into TCU and made noise. And everyone is saying this Oregon team is going to run them off the field and do all this and do all that. And the coach to start the season said, why would we worry about Colorado in the Pac-12? When have they ever done anything to affect our conference in any way? They need that chip. And obviously they had the chip with the coach at Colorado State saying something. But that game was so dirty and messy and just nasty. Like they just had to find a way to get out of there with a win. And they were able to go 99 yards to do so with no time left. So this Colorado team is a lot better than people give them credit for. And honestly, just from a personal standpoint, I'm sick of people just waiting on Deion's downfall. It's kind of nasty. Like, why are you just week to week just waiting on this team to fail? I've never seen so many Colorado State fans that I saw last week. People talk about how everyone's a bandwagon Colorado Buffaloes fan. Good Lord, did not know there was that many Colorado State Rams football fans out there. That's on me for not knowing that. So I think it's fun. I think he's great for college football, and I'm sick of people waiting on his downfall. So,
yeah, it is nasty behavior. I'm going to save some Deion thoughts for my one big thing. Spoiler alert, but okay. I'm like very
you're giving me 21 points and Shedeur Sanders at quarterback. I feel good about that.
I'm curious what the line would have been without or with Travis Hunter. Do you think that's like a 4-point swing?
Probably 3. I think it gets down to what, 18 and a half, 17 and a half.
I'm going to say, I bet it goes to like 17 and a half with him. That's the only thing that's like giving me reservation there. But again, like you said, I think Shedeur is good enough that you just get over it. I'm really excited for Notre Dame, Ohio State. And this is one of our 2 plays together in the newsletter, if you want our full take on that. But I think both these teams are identical in talent. That's sort of my take from watching them this far, except for at the most important position where Notre Dame has a stone cold serial killer. Like he's Dexter if he played football. That's how I feel. Like he's handsome and he scares me. And then Ohio State has like somebody they openly weren't sure if he's the guy, and he hasn't played great. And then like midway through his first game, they tried the backup, and the backup was literally peeing down his leg. So we had to go back to McCord. Like I don't think there's any confidence there. I don't think Ohio State even believes in McCord. I don't think McCord believes in himself is my honest take.
McCord is Matt Saracen before he got his confidence.
Seriously, I think he's going to show up, and this is going to be a night game with all the cameras, all the eyes on you. You see touchdown Jesus behind you. Like, I think he's going to be terrified. And this is kind of a statement win for, or not, I shouldn't give him a win already. It's a statement game for Marcus Freeman, who obviously underwhelmed last year. And I think there were a lot of doubts of like, is he actually the guy or not? We got to give him more time. But this year, I mean, getting Hartman was so critical, but the other guys around Hartman too look like they've taken huge steps forward from where they were last year. Yeah. So I'm really excited for that. It's rare. I feel like it's rare we get a non-conference game of 2 brand name programs that both are sort of in the national title hunt, but you really have questions with both still. Like, did Notre Dame actually get over the hump yet? And is Ohio State's quarterback any good? We don't know yet until tonight.
Yeah, and you know, credit to Notre Dame last year. They were obviously had the very rough start to the year, but then they bounced back with a big win at home against Clemson, where they were huge underdogs in that game, and they ended up dogging them. So, I really like this Notre Dame team at home. They have a lot of weapons. Sam Hartman is better than McCord, and you're getting points, which is crazy to me.
Yeah, very, very interested for that game. Any other games you want to call out just as like worth talking about?
Just because I'm a Utah football fan, UCLA is traveling to Utah to play. Dante Moore, true freshman quarterback, actually from the Detroit area, has been playing extremely well for UCLA, and this will be like his first big game, and it's on the road at Utah, which is like a raucous environment. Interested to see like what he does. One of the other things I mentioned in the newsletter is that when you're looking for like the young quarterbacks or the quarterbacks that are first kind of with their teams, I'm looking at Dante Moore and I'm like, that kid has the type of confidence and game that he can be like an MF or go into an opposing team's arena, have that moment. Like have that moment where we're looking at next year. We're like, remember what Dante Moore did last year on the road at Utah when everyone thought, oh, this little freshman can't come here and do that. Like Dante Moore is a quarterback that's not going to piss down his leg in my eyes. McCord, on the other hand, I think he might be pissing down his leg a little bit, looking at touchdown Jesus. So I'm very interested to see that game. I don't know if Cam Rising is going to be playing yet, but the fact that Utah has been able to get to this point also, just being 4-0 or 3-0 at this point without their star quarterback has been impressive. They are a really good football team. So I'm pretty excited to see that game.
Yeah, I like that call out too. DJ Moore is awesome. Or not DJ Moore, sorry.
Dante Moore,
Jesus. I've been off with I called Ryan Nemhard RJ in that clip last night that went viral. Shout out to Viral Cat, by the way. Which, by the way, I'm standing on record. You can quote me on this. That was an intentional RJ. That was an intentional joke, Ryan Jr., because he's a junior. He's the brother.
I know it is. Yeah, explain it to me.
I'll just say I want to get that on record as I botch another name here. Yeah, great week. This is like what do you think looking ahead, like after this week? I know it depends on the results, but like, what do you think we learn after this week? Because I feel like this is going to be one of those weeks where it's like things completely shift one way or another in multiple ways. Like we're going to know if Michigan State's actually horrible after this week. We're going to know if Michigan's actually not as good as we think after this game against Rutgers.
Yeah, I think we're going to know if Florida State's going to make the college football playoff.
I like that.
After this week.
Yeah, you don't think there's another threat in ACC play?
No. I think if they get past Clemson at Clemson, I'm picking them to go to college football playoff.
See, I think even if they beat Clemson, and I think they will beat Clemson, shout out the newsletter, I think they will blow one somewhere else.
Okay.
I think we learn if Alabama's actually good, and I have my suspicions they are not.
I guess if you want to throw it in, this week you're going to learn if some programs, maybe historic programs in college football, are maybe dead this season. Like if Alabama loses, dead this season. Clemson loses, dead this season. Like there's a couple teams that can figure out where they're at.
You know what this is, Cart? This is a find the frauds week. That's what this week is in college football. Like I have my suspicion. I think Wisconsin might stink. They've been letting Georgia Southern and Buffalo hang around midway through the third quarter. Didn't even have a chance in in their one true road game. They went to Washington State and wire to wire were losing. Now they're on the road against a Purdue team who isn't great. But if Wisconsin's the frauds I think they might be, they're losing that football game. Alabama, I'm looking at you. Everybody told me this is Nick Saban. It's a bounce back year. I was buying it. I thought Milroe was going to be the guy. That whole cute little experiment you did last week. Cute little, Tommy Rees, go ahead, play whoever you want. Play your guy. How'd that go? Didn't go well, did it? I think there's lasting effects from that this week, Card. I think they're going back home and they got the guy back under center. But how's the team supposed to trust that? I think they could be frauds. I think they could lose this game to Ole Miss, Cart. I think Ohio State could be frauds. I think they could get exposed on the road in a huge environment against a team with a killer, with a guy who will literally murder you in cold blood and throw 7 touchdowns while you let him. Like Ohio State could lose by 26 in this game, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if McCord throws 6 picks. So it's a find the frauds week for me, Car. I think we're going to have at least 3 teams that are historically good programs that after this week, we're like, nope, they're bad. this season. It is what it is. It's not changing.
And I can't wait.
I can't wait.
I can't wait.
Can't wait. All right. One big thing. You want to do your word of the day first or after the one big thing?
Oh, we can do it after.
Okay.